Are you looking to use QuickBooks in your business? Well, in this video, I'm going to give you a brief overview and show you why it may be a good idea. So in this video, we're going to have a brief look at QuickBooks Online. Now, QuickBooks has been a desktop product for many years, one as an accountancy we've really enjoyed using. The online product has been an interesting transition, and I think that overall it's becoming quite a good package at the moment. We did another video talking about whether something like Xero is better versus this at the moment, but I think at the time of recording, it's quite a good product. It has a few bugs in terms of stability on the odd occasion, but it is quite cost effective and will get you there. And there's definitely a lot of benefits to using cloud software anyway. One of the benefits being that it does save an awful lot of time. The other one is because you can actually track your information in a easy sort of, I like 15 minutes a day, that kind of thing. You're going to be able to make sure you're saving the maximum amount of tax by not missing a tax deduction. One of the benefits of using QuickBooks Online, I think, over something like Xero is that the app that comes with it is fantastic. So you can use it on anything that's got an internet connection. It's not locally installed on your computer anymore, so it's on your tablet, it's on your phone, it's on your iPad, it's on anything you want it on. There's no user cap, so multiple people can use it. Multiple people can also use it at once, which I think is a fantastic thing, because that was one of the problems with this desktop software. You just couldn't do that, which is great. So if you've got a few of you, one person's trying to go in and log your costs and the other one's getting on with invoicing clients, it all works. And the app itself is probably one of the better apps that's out there. So if you're, say, in the construction trade and you just want to ping a quick invoice off before you leave a client, I think it's really quite good. The other thing that they've done quite well is there's different versions and different editions. So what I'm going to show you here is sort of the main version that you'll see, but there's a couple of cut down ones. They call it the self-employed version. I'd normally recommend getting a what's called an essentials here, which is your most popular. That tends to be a really good one. If you're a really small business, the simple start or the self-employed version will also do, but essentials tends to be, you can see it's £8 a month in this particular one while we're doing it. You can see it does jump. They do jump after the initial deal, but I think it's a really good investment for any of these. And compared to their competitors, QuickBooks at the time of recording are a pretty cheap alternative. So let's have a look here at the demo company. So to give you an idea, you can see the dashboard here. You can set it up so that you can see what invoices are owed to you, what expenses you've paid out, and where they're payable to. You can see, sadly, in this case, this particular business isn't doing great in the last 30 days, but its sales are on the up. Not in the last 30 days by the looks of it. And you can see here there's some balances in the banks. So one of the joys of cloud software, and where a lot of the time is saved, is that your bank, now we're into open banking, can be easily connected to the application. All your transactions come in regularly. Now QuickBooks, like a lot of these apps, on the odd occasion will have some stability issues with that bank, so you do have to every now and then glance to make sure that the bank balance figure here is actually correct compared to your physical bank statement, or log onto your app and have a look and investigate the odd error, because every now and then a transaction will drop or something like that. It is a common problem. It doesn't happen that often at all, actually, but if you forget to refresh the feed that you've got to do sort of every 90 days at the moment, then it can drop the odd one. So just be aware of that, make sure that's there. Good accountants will ask you to see the bank statements anyway at the end of the year and the end of the quarter, depending when they're doing things for you, to make sure that is there, but that's something to be wary of. But yeah, generally it brings all your transactions in. And what's fantastic about this in particular is then you can go in and you can match your transactions to what's happening. So these are all the things that they've spent out of the bank, and this is the money coming in. And you can see QuickBooks thinks that there are two things here that it could potentially match it against. And in this case, you see it's spent £245.80 to Jennifer Hargreaves, and they realise there's an expense already keyed on the system for that amount. And if you're happy that's it, you can just click the match button and off it goes off of here and enters it physically into QuickBooks and pays that bill off. So if you imagine at the moment that expense is sitting there showing that it's owed to Jennifer, when we click this match button, it will pay it off and take the transaction into QuickBooks. Now that's cool. The screen can take a little bit of time to get used to, but it does work really well. And again, you've got your sales. You can do invoicing. This is a big deal for me. You can invoice direct from your phone. You can see here it's showing what's overdue. It's seeing when you've received the money. There's a lot of data here. You can filter it by supplier, by customer, or by supplier if you're looking at the opposite and looking at the expenses. You can do an invoice, which is just a form. I think one of the only criticisms of this particular thing is there's a lot of information here, but you really can turn some of it down. So it gives you options. There's a integration with Go Cardless, which can help you pull invoices from direct debit automatically. That's a good feature if you can really keep on top of it. Obviously, if you don't keep on top of it, you can miss pulling payments, or even worse, you can probably pull payments multiple times. So it's something you have to be wary of, but that does work. You can also accept card payments with PayPal. It has got an integration on here, which makes that possible. It also does construction industry scheme deductions if you're in the construction industry, and you just fill in the blanks basically, and then you can save and send it, and it will email straight to your client. And again, you can make it an attachment as well. So it's not like, it will give them a link they can click, but it'll also send them an attachment if that's how they feel better doing it. So that's it. It's as simple as that to key sales on. And it's the same with expenses. You know, if you want to key your expenses, it will connect with other applications like Receipt Bank or Auto Entry, some of these ones where you can snap receipts. But it also, the app itself with QuickBooks has an app where you can snap a receipt and it will bring it into the program for you to deal with. So that's quite cool as well. But if you were going to do it manually, you can just key on a bill here. And again, they've tried to keep things a little bit simple so that you can read the various different options without needing to be an accountant to do it. They've also got, again, a box here that you can just fill in the boxes. Deals with VAT, so you can put it in. So let's just say we had some travel expenses. You can put an extra description there. I went to London Excel and it was for 100 quid. And there was VAT on there at 20%, and it will sort it all out down here for you, so it's all correct, which is great. So, and then you can save that, and in the books it goes. As you do that, of course, what you will get then is you'll be able to use some reports if you want to see where you are with, if you're making any money, how that's going. You can see the state of your business. You can see suppliers, how much you owe them, and keep a track of that. You can send statements to customers. That's all in there as well. So you'll be able to see your customers here. And it will show them by customer. So we showed a screen earlier by individual invoices. This will do per customer, and you can do all sorts. You can send reminders, you can create statements. There's a certain amount of automation you can put in here as well if you really needed to. So that's all there. The other thing it will handle is there is a way that it will handle employees, and of course it'll do your VAT returns if you need it and that kind of stuff. You can bring in your accountant to help you, I think, which is really, really good news. So it will do all of those things, but the main thing for us as accountants is that it will keep you on top of your numbers and keep you not missing out on those tax deductions by keeping better records. And that is a really quick overview of QuickBooks. If you've enjoyed this video and got value from it, please do share it with your networks, and we'll see you on the next one.